Hello and welcome to the All Night Gamers podcast, episode 73. We're here, week 3 of the new year, and honestly, I gotta say, I'm kind of let down. What about you guys?
Yeah.
I'm tired.
What part? The year in general?
Yeah,
Or
I have done absolutely nothing to change my current life status, and I'm still upset that my life status has not changed.
oh,
Look, it's a cycle. It's a very vicious cycle. I feel that.
look, I'm more worried about my own luck than changing lifestyle status.
Yeah.
Cooper got
My
in a
lifestyle
wreck.
status. Hey,
Haley broke her leg.
Dude, that's sideswipe.
I got run over by an electric scooter.
Yeah, let me hear that story. Let's start that off. Cameron got hit by a freaking handicap scooter, and I gotta hear that.
Okay. This is how I start the podcast. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta hear it. Everybody else can
so-
hear it too.
So, we were at Epcot yesterday, right, for Festival of the Arts, and we were waiting. It was me and Chelsea, and we were waiting on her roommates, right? We're standing by a trash can, and this guy, I guess he put his mask on the acceleration or something. I don't know what happened, but his mask got stuck, right? And he went zoom into the trash can. He pushed, like, the scooter pushed the trash can, and then he rammed into me. Like,
that's wonderful.
not a fun time, let me tell you. Mom was worried, so I got to spend 3 hours at urgent care.
Was it that, like, you got hit that hard?
Yeah, dude, I very much tried to, like, walk it off, but it was not good. Like, I was in pain.
Yeah, I assume so. What's the diagnosis? Just super
No
sore?
broken bones or anything, just sore.
Well,
So,
yeah, I mean, I imagine you wouldn't have been able to try to walk it off if something had broken.
Yeah. So, see, that was my logic. It's like nothing. There's definitely nothing broken because we walked. So we were over by where Starbucks is in Epcot, right? We walked over to First Aid, which is on the other side of like the entry area for World Showcase.
I don't
When-
know where Starbucks is.
It's like over on like if you go right, like that little path next to Figment, right?
Okay,
It's
where
at the end of
people
that.
stood 7 hours in line to buy a popcorn
Yes.
bucket. Gotcha.
Yes, that. Because that's where Pop Eats is right now. It's at the end of that path. As you're going into Canada. So we went the other way. Went to First Aid. They gave me a pack of ice. Thanks.
Well, what else are they gonna do? Triage you?
I don't know. Multiple packs of ice. I don't know.
Man, no thankfulness. Just
No thankfulness. We were doing the art scavenger hunt, right? Because that's their current scavenger hunt. Walked around, let's see, at least half World Showcase. Like, we made it to Japan, and we entered in Mexico. We Chelsea and I stopped for food, and after I sat down, I was like, I'm dying. So she walked me back to First Aid, and we caught a ride over to what is it, Advent Health, that Disney partners with. Got a ride over there. Spent 3 hours there to learn there was nothing broken, just pain. So
Fun.
yeah,
yeah. I mean, I guess you never really think about how much power has to be in one of those scooters if they're lugging around. Like a lot of them are like just for super huge people.
yeah,
Yeah.
especially Disney.
Yeah. So I guess I'm not surprised they have a lot of torque. Anyway, yeah, this is a gaming news podcast. So hi, hello, hi. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us. Guess we'll just get right in here after that story. So starting off, there's a bunch of rumors about PlayStation getting its own version of Game Pass, which big shocker. I'm sure they're cooking something.
I mean,
And-
it seems to just be, though, they're going to combine PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now rather than anything new.
Yeah. But yeah, so they went to Phil Spencer and like, hey, what do you think about it? And he's like, well, duh. Like, I'm sure, like, we make a lot of money on that. I'm sure they're gonna try to do it too. Um, and he said he expects them to have like new like day one games on the service, kind of like what Xbox does now with a lot of games. Um,
Kind of funny though that they're all calling it PlayStation Game Pass, but technically PlayStation had the games idea first with Now. Just Now's kind of, I don't know how much Now costs, $12.99 something like that. And it's just PS3 games for PS4, or at the time it was.
yeah. Well, also now, when PS Now started, uh, a lot of it wasn't like a monthly thing. It was like a time thing. Like you pay a certain amount of money to get so much time with a game.
Yeah,
You could pay like $4 and get 4 hours of gameplay or something. Which is,
I remember that.
I mean, they obviously changed it because that's a horrible idea. But
nobody's gonna pay for this.
yeah, like um,
Or I guess some people paid for it, just not
you could
enough.
buy.
It was
It was
not
like
profitable.
I remember it was like $30 for 90 days worth, and the big joke for like Uncharted 2 or something, and they're like you could buy 7 copies of the disc of Uncharted 2 on PS3
That's right,
for
I
the amount of
remember
time.
that.
Yeah. So I mean, I hope it's more like Game Pass. I don't know. PlayStation Now is kind of a turnoff for me. Uh, so
Yeah.
also speaking of Phil Spencer, he calls for a cross-platform ban. Now, when I read this, I thought what I saw just meant he doesn't want de facto cross-platform between Xbox and PC players. Like he wants them as separate platforms, and they don't have to have cross-platform for everything. Like he wants to make like a dividing line between the two. What you put here, does this mean like he doesn't think cross-platform should be a thing for any platform?
I didn't really. I mean, I read it a while back, but I think what I remember, he wants, like what you said, where it needs to exist, but it should be
Xbox
right
players
now.
shouldn't have to play with PC players for every
Right,
game that's on those two platforms. Yeah.
right, which they've had as just automatic, which was dumb anyways because PC. There's two things. One, they're gonna use a mouse and keyboard in shooters,
Yeah.
and two, they're more likely to cheat
Well, because
because
they have
it's
easier
easier.
access.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's
And
just
that's the big one he was
PC's very
talking
cheap.
about was
Yeah.
cheating.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah, I don't think like you should never take away the option to not have.
It
Like,
should exist and they shouldn't remove it because we fought so hard to get it
yeah,
first.
but it should be an option, not a standard.
Yeah.
Or it should be a standard option, but not like this is how it's going
You
to be.
have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Xbox is I think the only one that doesn't have it as like an option though. PlayStation you can turn it off. Nintendo you can turn it off and just be with people on your console.
And with a game like Apex, you absolutely want to, because you will die.
Yeah, that's actually been a lot of like. There's a lot of debate in Apex about cross-platform play because, like, PC players have a lot of advantages, beyond just standard mouse and keyboard advantages. Like, uh, PC players can move while they're looting death boxes, so it's like hard to shoot them when they're looting and stuff, and they can do a lot of more complicated maneuvers. So they give console players stuff like aim assist, and it's not like drastic aim assist. Like it doesn't snap to players, but there is aim assist, and so there's like a big debate about that. Um, but I know in a lot of games, like not specifically like platform like restricted, but a lot of games will give you the option to not have cross-platform. You can do that on Apex, which is the thing you should do if you play on Switch, because otherwise you're going to get creamed. So yeah, I think they should make that just an option and not something standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next up. So I'm super excited about this. Pocky and Rocky is an incredible Super Nintendo game, and it's also super rare and expensive, upwards of like $200. So, Pocky and Rocky Reshrined is coming to Switch and PS4 on April 21st in Japan. And we don't have a global release date, but it's expected. They said sometime in the spring. So I mean, that's literally what, like 9 days before summer starts? No, May is spring. Yeah, so sometime within a month of that date. So that's big exciting. I love that game so much. That's gonna be a fun local multiplayer game for sure. Um, Warner Play BR on Twitter, is that their official game
That's the
tag?
Britain app for their Well,
Okay,
it's Warner Games for us, but the source on this one was Warner Play BR, which I
so
assume
the
means
British
Britain,
handle. Okay,
or not Britain, because it was all written in like Spanish. So where Brazil maybe,
oh yeah,
because UK would be Britain,
yeah. Um, so
just one of their other countries.
they confirmed on Twitter that Gotham Knights, Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League, Hogwarts Legacy, Multiverses, and Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga will come out this year. So that's good to know. They finally said something. Finally got a little bit
About
of
all their
taste.
games,
Yeah.
and now they will disappear again.
Just tried to take a drink of water and spilled a couple tablespoons all over myself. We're doing good here, folks.
Yo.
Amazing.
I probably showed up on my mic even. I don't know. But okay, yeah, we're doing great. Steam Deck is still on track for shipping. The first unit's on time, reportedly by the end of February. They put out a new update and everything, so that's good to know that even with all the stuff, they've predicted correctly and they're doing really well. So they've also been shipping out a lot of dev kits. They shipped out several hundred in December, and they're getting another wave ready to go out. So that's cool. They're sending out dev kits and stuff. So yeah, it's exciting. Steam Deck will be available to look at soon. That's cool stuff. I really hope it does well, because Steam stuff is always so niche anyway. I think it'll be really cool. I hope the design that I can't stand is actually like not that bad. Because I don't really know why. I don't have a good reason, but I do hope it does a little well. So there was a debate to put this next one in the rumor section, but we decided to move it up here. PS3 games have been appearing on the PS5 store to like buy and download.
Well, not buy yet, but they're there.
Yeah, like they've got prices and stuff. Like normally they don't show up with that. So rumor that PS3 games are coming to PS5.
Yeah, instead of just being PlayStation Play right now, because some of the games listed now aren't even in play.
Yeah. So the rumor I saw about this was that they might even like. So there's definitely no way this is gonna happen because this is a pipe dream. But like I heard a rumor that you would even possibly be able to put in your own PS3 discs.
Oh, that'd be cool though.
I know, right? That would be really sick.
At least like put it in. Here's the download.
Yeah, kind of like what Xbox backwards
Yeah.
compatibility does. Like you don't play the disc, but it downloads.
But it would
a
make
copy for you.
PS3 games so much more expensive now as well.
Yeah, I know. I'm so glad I got all
I
the
don't know.
PS3 stuff at like their lowest point when they were all like
If
$2 or $3.
they
a piece.
do that, they need to somehow connect like the old PS3 digital store though.
Well, I assume that's what's going to happen. Like that's the de facto is that they bring that stuff over digitally, so you can like buy it and download it or whatever. But there was a rumor that you got the disc.
Those who already own it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you'd also assume that's included, right? That's kind of a.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
But you never know with
Game
gaming
companies. Yeah.
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 But yeah, I would love that. Would definitely get me to play my PS3 games a lot more. I am not a fan of PS3 controllers. I'm also not
I
a fan
like
of my
them, but
PS3 in
they're
general.
the
Like,
PS3 controllers. You can tell when it was designed.
yeah,
Like,
like the that era of PlayStation controllers isn't all that bad, like everything considered. But for PS3, it really the triggers are what really gets me. The triggers
yeah.
suck. Like using analog triggers on a controller that tiny is really annoying.
Well, they've
Um,
gotten stuck for me before, and I'm like, no.
like they're so short and they had such a steep like angle when you press them. I can't stand those things. I need to get like they make super big ones. They're like third party. I need to find one of those for my PS3. Just so it wasn't such a pain to hold.
Hmm.
Um,
That would be good.
and Nintendo Japan issued a statement about buying like on sale Switch games from fake Nintendo sites or like just sketchy sites in general because apparently that's a problem now. So stay safe out there. Just buy it. Just buy it on the eShop. What are you doing?
Yeah,
Like,
on your Switch. Go
Yeah.
on the Switch,
Okay.
open the eShop. It'll take like 5 minutes for it to load.
It's that easy. So yeah, if you're not gonna do that, be safe out there. Be smart. Okay, Collector's Corner. You know about this. It's a weekly segment we go around and talk about what we've been doing, games we've been playing, and how we got hit by a handicap scooter,
Nah.
things of that nature. So, Cooper, you've been pretty quiet. Why don't you start us off? What you been
Okay, good.
What you been playing?
So recently, I've been playing some new games. Well, kinda. I've been playing T-Mod on Terraria, which is like a modded Terraria. It's really fun. With some friends of mine, and I've also been playing a bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links and stuff like that, kind of. But yesterday, I went to one of my good friend's house, Kyle, and we played. For me, it was my first time. He's been playing for years, and for the first time, I played Magic: The Gathering.
Bro, everybody's getting into Magic right now. I tell you, so many people in my friend group are all of a sudden just like into Magic.
Ooh.
It's really scaring me. How did you like it? Did you like it?
Oh yeah, it was really fun.
I own too many expensive hobbies already to join Magic.
Yeah. I have one friend that's like super into it. He has like 10 or 12 decks or something, and like just
Good.
absolutely
Oh,
nuts.
Lord.
And you know, like that's on the low end. Like that's not even that crazy. I've seen crazy amounts. Like, but for my friend group, that's insane. And then I have another buddy who like recently got into it. Because you can buy like pre-built commander decks and stuff. He's been
Oh, yeah.
doing that, and also like definitely not doing any of like the tournaments and stuff. We've got multiple like board game and card game stores up here, and they all host Magic tournaments all the time. And besides the fact that I know I would spend way too much money on it, I definitely know I wouldn't enjoy the tourneys. I've been told a lot of horror stories by Mayo, if you guys remember him from 30 episodes ago.
He died.
Yeah. He played a lot of those tournaments. I heard a lot of horror stories of like people screaming and anger issues and smelly and like basically your typical. When you think of Magic, that guy, yeah, like a room full of them. So I've heard a lot of those.
Sounds
horror
bad.
stories,
Sounds
but,
bad.
Yeah, my buddies are like, "There's no way we're doing that." They just wanted to like play casual, like whatever, just another game to play. So, and they've been really itching to get more of us into it. And I'm really nervous. Been on
As you
alert.
should be.
Yeah, scary. All right, is that it? Coop?
Yeah. I've just been chilling, really.
Y'all back in school now? I assume so.
Yeah.
Sad.
It's alright, yeah.
It's all right.
It's not
It's
all right.
school.
That's how you know he's upset. It's all right.
It's
I'll be
it's
okay.
fine.
The thing that sucks the most though is like getting in the car wreck the day right before school started. Like that was so upsetting.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, well, there's never really a good time for a car wreck.
No, there isn't.
No.
That's true. And I'm gonna have to wait till like I think March or something crazy, like the end of the school year basically for the parts to come in. So it's
Dang.
like, well, damn.
Yeah, because all the car companies are having trouble getting parts for cars.
Yeah, makes sense. Um, did y'all get off Martin Luther King Day?
Yeah. We were
Yeah,
off.
they're up.
Did you get off today, Alex?
I'm off every Friday and Monday.
Oh, so it doesn't matter. Did all
Right.
did everybody else get off?
Yeah, the university got off today.
Must be. I'm like the only one that didn't get off Martin Luther King
No,
Day.
no. I worked today.
Okay, yeah, there you go. You share my struggles.
Bro.
I
No.
technically didn't have to, but since I'm not salary, so in order to get my hours, I had to, work all my hours. And my mentor was in today, so I was like, well, that's a good excuse. So I went in.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
But, dude, I swear, the PI group chat was just like, I'm calling admissions right now so that I can be in the parks on Monday. And I'm just like, you have to wait 2 weeks. Like a normal human being, you must be patient for your park access. It doesn't matter it's a holiday weekend. You gotta be patient. Don't bother your fellow cast members. Freaks, all of them.
Yeah, a bunch of my buddies that are still in college, they all got together today and like chilled and had like a potluck and smoked cigars, and I just had to sit at work. So fucking lame, dude. I realized that I looked at it today. I don't get a holiday until I think like the middle of April. We get like a spring holiday. Or
Hey,
whatever.
so you skipped like the next one, right? There's like
There's
something my
not a lot
dad
of.
always gets in the spring.
I will say there's not a lot of holidays
In the first half
in the
of the
spring.
year.
Yeah.
I have more PTO this year, so like I'm not really gonna complain because I can take off if I want. But like, dang man, I don't see nothing until April. So big sad.
Really upsetting, yeah.
All right, Cameron, you can go.
Okay, so this week I have played Pokemon because it takes forever to do anything when I'm tired all the time, which I am because adjusting to, having to work in the morning is a lot.
It's
I also played Mario Kart 64 through NSO, trying to record that. Is it supposed to show when you win, like on it, on the courses? Because it's not, which seems like
oh,
a
like
bummer.
if
supposed
you've
to
beaten a
show when
course
you
and you go to the
win.
select screen and it's supposed to show
Yeah,
you.
like
Oh, I don't know.
if you do a cup, isn't it supposed to have a trophy next to it, or is that a different?
I'll pull out Mario Kart 64 for the original and see,
Okay.
but I don't know.
Okay. What else did I do this week? I played Smash Bros. I got the Spirit.
Good. Yep.
Oh yeah, me too.
Did you actually go get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One Spirit that got added to the game.
Poggers.
It throws off the chart, so
Feels wrong.
feels wrong. Or maybe it feels right because none of the other select screens in the game are full boxes. So balance.
No. Feels wrong.
Um, yeah, that was about it.
All right, Alex.
Do you not get Washington's birthday off in February?
No,
What?
I've
Okay.
already said this.
That's
I
a
don't get it
holiday?
back until
That
April.
is I looked up federal holidays 2022, and that is one
That is
listed on
definitely
this list.
not a thing. I do not believe you.
I don't think I even got that off in college.
Oh yeah, we don't get that one off, but I think my dad does.
I need your dad's job.
Well, he works for the state.
Yeah, he works for the state though.
Oh, yeah.
Look, the state gets days off. They make up the days off, so like they're gonna give themselves a ton of days off. The fact that they have employees benefit from their own days off, irrelevant.
Yeah, I've loved this thing in the past couple of years where like holidays will land on a weekend, so we just get the Monday off anyway because they know everyone's going to be absolutely hammered the entire weekend. I love that. I think that was
Yeah,
like,
that's-
it's either
we
the
got that
Friday or
4th
the
of Ju-
Monday.
Yeah, I think we got that for 4th of July last year because 4th of July was on a Sunday. So like, look, everyone's going to get drunk on Sunday and call out on Monday, so we might as well just give Monday. I love that.
Like if we give everyone Monday, then we don't have to worry about it.
Okay. I got this earlier this month, and I keep forgetting to bring it onto the show.
Oh, that's sick.
Ooh,
Yep.
how did you get that?
I pre-ordered it back when Neo, The World Ends With You came out, so I got
Oh, it's the cat.
that, and this bag.
Oh, that's the Japan collector set.
Yeah, well, kind of.
Okay.
We don't get the music disc, but yes.
Oh, it's the lame
Yeah, I
version
re-
of the Japan collector's set.
Yeah, I do really like the pen, though. It has this nice, like, cassette case to keep it safe.
Sick.
Oh, that's very cool. Very cool. Love that.
And I beat Uncharted 2. It's a lot better paced than the first one.
Nice.
Like, according to my game stats, I spent more time, and I'm like, this must stop counting when I die. But it says I spent more time in the second one than the first one, and I'm like, I don't believe you, but also, the second one just played better. I didn't feel like I was in a fight every 5. Like, I'd finish a fight and be in another one immediately. What else did I play? I don't know. Not much. I'm trying to get used to the idea of school being back, kinda-ish. I did watch a few movies. I watched through all 3 John Wick movies.
Dude, John Wick is so good.
I have not
Freaking
seen the
love
third
that.
one.
The world building, the fights are cool, but the world building gets so fucking confusing.
Yeah, no, you're not supposed to pay attention to that. It's just a cool action movie. It's like Godzilla versus Kong. Did you all ever see that?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
I'm on a HBO Max trial right now, and
Yeah.
that was one of the things I've been watching. And man, is that movie horrible! Except for but you watch it to see Big Monkey fight Big Lizard. Like you don't watch it for like the data.
Plot.
Like, yeah, dude. It.
Did you watch the other 3?
I've seen Kong, but that was a long time ago. But like but same thing. Like
Same thing. Yeah, you watch all 4 of those Godzilla, King Kong, Godzilla 2, and then the fight.
That's a lot of build
Just
up
to watch
for
them.
fights.
Yeah, so I remember in I think it was the first Godzilla, like their main idea is like, we're gonna nuke it, but we have to make it analog because Godzilla has a bunch of like electromagnetic shit around him because he can shoot a laser out of his mouth. So like he messes with it's basically like he's a constant electromagnetic emitter.
And you're kind of like, I don't care, just do it.
Well, actually, that was the most made up, like most sensical thing I've ever heard in one of those movies. Like they made a nuke with the timer where it was like a watch, like it was just all gears and stuff, so it couldn't be like destroyed by an EMP or anything. And that was like the one time in those movies I've ever seen like actual sense or anything. Yeah. So I haven't even watched it all the way. It got kind of nauseating after the first encounter between the two. I don't know. Is it far enough out where I can talk about spoiler stuff?
Probably.
I don't know when it released. So
Well,
probably.
okay. Look, if you really don't want spoilers for Godzilla vs. Kong that came out like 2 or 3 years ago, here's your spoiler warning.
Oh, the original 1962 one came up when I was. It came out last year, apparently.
Oh, last year. So, yeah, obviously they fight, and this isn't like the big one. I don't think it's the first encounter, and they've got Kong all drugged up because they're trying to get him to this island to get to the center of the earth or whatever. And so he's on a barge and he's chained up, and super drugged out of his mind, so he won't move. And Godzilla finds them because he just has abilities to find them. And when they start fighting, they won't let Kong off the chains, even though like that's their only option, because else he's just gonna die because he's chained up. So they don't, and he flips the boat over trying to get out of these chains so he can fight Godzilla. And even after they're underwater, flipped over, all the electronics are still working perfectly fine.
Fine.
And he flips the switch to let go of the chains underwater. And the boat doesn't sink. Instead, eventually, the boat gets flipped back over, and they're all fine. Everything's fine.
Bro, what?
All the other boats got destroyed except this one, and they're fine. It's so good. And like the stuff they talk about is all horrible. It like just makes no sense. But yeah, so same thing with John Wick. There's like no real point. It's just like bad guys are bad guys, and you piss this guy off that you shouldn't have pissed off. So he's gonna kill you now, and everybody you love.
Yeah. But I think I've seen all three. I think the first one's still the strongest one. The other two just exist if you want to see him do more cool stuff.
I mean, yeah, the first one's cool because there's not a lot of plot. Like, they try to come up with plot in the second two so that they can make up a reason for him.
Well, yeah, but the first one's just a simple, I want revenge.
Yeah, you
plot.
fucked up my wife, you fucked up my dog, and you fucked up my car. So I'm going to literally I'm going to murder you, and then I'm going to find your father and tell him why I murdered you, and then I'm going to murder all of your father's friends and all of the rest of your family.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, that's so good. I actually bought all of those on 4K Blu-rays during Black Friday because they were on sale for like super cheap, and I love this movie, so I finally have those in physical form. Was that it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So first, I gotta show this off. This is like one of the most cool things I've ever found in person. And here it is. It is the PS1 with the LCD attachment that is super rare. And
can't you take off the LCD?
Yeah, so there's just two little screws on the back, and you can port the AV out from it. Like you don't have to take it off. There's also an AV in. Like you can plug in other stuff to this screen if you wanted to. Sounds very cumbersome. It'd be very, very cumbersome.
I want to watch it.
But you can do it. So yeah, I went to my local game store this past weekend because it had been a while since I'd been, and I saw it in the case, and I was like, ooh, but
fuck,
no. I didn't say that. I did not say that. Did you spill your drink?
I spilled my drink.
Damn.
Poor Cameron. Okay. Anyway. So I saw it and I was like, I want that, but I shouldn't, because I already have a PS1 of like I have both designs. And then the next day I was like, I can't resist. I did some Googling I did some eBaying and to see what the prices were. And not only were the prices more expensive than the one in the store, but the one in the store also was the full setup. And a lot of the prices on eBay were like just the screen. So I was like, screw it. So I went back with my PS1 and I was like, all right, I'm going to trade this in and then buy that. And he was like, okay, sounds good. So I got it, and I've been playing with it a lot. The screen is not that great. Shocker.
Well,
an LCD screen from 1999 isn't that great. But it's still really cool. Like, it looks fine, but the viewing angles are horrible, and it's a tiny bit washed out. But it's just super fun, the experience. Huh?
I think I've got a third-party GameCube one downstairs.
That one I also really want.
Definitely do.
But those are even more expensive and rare than the PS1 ones, because this was an official attachment, and Nintendo never made an official one for the GameCube. So, but yeah, it's super cool. Also, it let me get an official PS1 controller, and not just any PS1 controller, but like the PS1 controller. They came with the updated design and everything, It's got the new plug and the new color and stuff. It's all matching, so I finally have a full set of that, which is really cool.
Nice.
I also got Chrono Trigger / Final Fantasy IV, like the combo pack for PS1, because I still don't have a copy of Chrono Trigger, and I don't see myself buying the SNES version anytime soon. So I was like, that's the next closest thing, really. So got that, and also a copy of Metal Gear Solid. I'm gonna officially give that game a shot because it's something I'm supposed to have played as a gamer. So
As a pro gamer.
I'm
As
I
a pro
nearly
player.
picked up one of the Metal Gear, but they wanted like $100 for it, and I was like, no.
no. Also, since obviously I'm a Nintendo collector first, so PlayStation stuff, I'm a lot less iffy about buying like greatest hits versions and stuff. So I'm able to get games a lot cheaper just because I don't care.
Plus, it's a lot easier with those because the greatest hit version, or the player's choice versions of any Nintendo game, is essentially going to be
The same price.
within $10 of the same price.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Also, it's a lot easier to find greatest hits versions that aren't super broken because those PlayStation 1 cases have not stood the test of time that well. A lot of them are cracked in some way. So yeah, I got those. Playing a lot of Apex Legends per usual. I also played more Pokemon finally. I got the 3rd gym badge. Finally getting back on that.
Nice. I've got to go back to Pokemon as well.
Alex bought another copy of Pearl.
Hey, look, it's all about the grind.
The grind is I stole his copy of Pearl.
And Alex has work to do. But yeah, I was actually shocked when I got to the 3rd gym, and that was like the first semblance of a challenge I had in that point at time, just because I forgot that Lucario is also Steel type. So it took me a second to remember that, and like it was fine, but that was the first time I actually felt a little bit threatened in the game. It was weird. So I'm glad that's kind of what made me keep playing after that. It's like, oh, maybe this game will actually get hard.
I mean, it depends. Are you going to use a fairy type against Cynthia?
Grant hates fairy types.
No, I don't. Hey, whoa! I play Pokemon X. I love fairy types.
Wait. I know. Alex, is that you and John?
I think they're okay, but I think John really hated them. I just think it's dumb.
Also,
They took
Dylan hate them?
They took most of the normal types and made them fairies.
That is true. They did do that.
Yeah, several people just hate it because it's like you changed the game, but it does make dragons easy to beat now.
Guess what? I don't have on my team a single fairy.
I mean, you don't need one yet.
No, I'm going into the elite. I just bought Aaron of the Elite Four.
Oh, then yes, 5.
Here's my team going. Here's my team going into the Elite Four. Empoleon, Frostlass, Luxray, Cherum, Crobat, and Houndoom. Houndoom was supposed to be a temporary, and I just
never got over that.
never found the time to go find a Magby, and then level it up, and then find a Magmarizer to get a Magmortar.
My team is way chaotic. It's probably not that effective at all, but it's fun.
What'd you got?
Well, obviously they're not fully
not fully set in stone. Yeah,
but that too. But I meant they're not fully evolved.
Yeah.
So, Monferno.
Okay.
And what's the bird second evolution?
Staravia.
Staravia. Yeah. However you say that. Alakazam, because I'm a slut for that guy. A Graveler.
Here you go, girls. Now give me.
Yeah. I did that. I stole Jewel Switch. So I was like, trade with me. Give me Alakazam.
Alakazam.
Graveler. Roselia. And what are the other two? Gyarados, and I can't remember what the sixth one is. Oh well, yeah, but it's very chaotic if you can't tell.
I do like the. If you check your TV before you leave, there's a reference to Red Gyarados at your house. I thought that was super cool.
I do like the League of Rage. Oop. Agatha.
Are you playing right now?
I'm actively playing.
Nice.
You call out Cooper and you're doing the same thing?
Well, okay, look, there was that podcast where we all playing a game.
I wasn't.
Oh, it's Bertha. Same difference. But yeah, no, I just want a way that I can get the trade evos without having to go online or have another system.
I want the trade evos without the trade.
I want the trade evos without the trade. Correct. Just give me a way to trade in game for them.
Why? The last person who did that in a game was like, sucker, it has an Everstone.
No, I don't want that bitch. She's in this game.
Well, the solution is either get a friend and make them buy the game, or buy the double pack. And a second.
And then have a
and a second Switch.
Or come back home.
Alright, on to tidbits. Cooper, you got any fae for us?
Yeah. Hold up. I'm about to die. Alright.
Good.
Hold on, I gotta make sure I don't die real quick.
Okay, we chilling. Alright, so we got a new banner. We got the Pelagian banner back. They're redoing that's kind of style. It's pretty cool. We got a Harmonic Azura with I forget her name. Some singing girl. I don't know. Azura's the only one I care about. And then we got some girl, some dude, and some girl. It's pretty cool. And then we'll have a Tempest Trials in a few days. And I don't know if there's anything else. Let me check real fast. Oh, yeah, they mentioned the Byleth statue, which is going to be pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, that is a thing.
Wait, what statue?
The Byleth statue. It's going to be the size of, like, the Lynn statue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Pretty cool. And then, not really a lot. I guess I can flex. I only did 7 summons and I got the Harmonic Azura, so dubs.
Nice.
And yeah,
Nice.
That's about it.
I forgot one more thing. I 3D printed a Junimo.
Yo!
Ooh.
Isn't that cool?
He kind of looks like a tree.
Yeah.
Yo, that's cool.
Or like a watermelon from
Bro.
like the watermelon boxes in Mario.
Oh,
Show
yeah.
it one more time.
Do you have, like...
Yo, it looks like Dream.
Horrible. So, yeah, that was cool. All right, My Hero Academia is getting a free-to-play battle royale called My Hero Academia Ultra Rumble. So, yay!
Cool.
Awesome games done quick, which is a really cool thing. Kind of cringy, but also really cool. They raised $3.4 million this year for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. So that's a little feel-good news there.
Good job.
Gamers raising.
Don't they do it, like, twice a year, not just once? Or am I really that off?
I literally have no knowledge of games done quick. Besides like a couple of the earlier, like when they first started.
There's games done quick, and then I think there's a summer.
Maybe that's the difference, because I thought it was games done quick, and he said awesome games done quick.
Yeah, so maybe they do a separate one that's like kind of different.
I don't know. There might be a lot.
Yeah,
like
there's also
just a bunch of
games done slow.
Games done slow and poorly.
Games done slow is where they just let regular people.
Games done bad. I would be a hit on that, bro. Games done
listen.
Look,
Look,
give me a new game.
Guys, listen. All Night Gamers presents Games Done Slow and Bad for charity.
Games done pathetic.
for charity.
All right, we're setting it to easy mode. And here we go.
What is this,
And died on
Pokemon
the first
White?
level.
Easy. Oh no, I hit no 3 times. I didn't want the Pokemon.
Yeah, the only thing I know about Games Done Quick, I've seen like some of the earlier years of them doing it and like streaming it, and there's a lot of like really cringe stuff that goes on.
But if one of our rumors is true, we might need this to fill in for the cringe.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. Christy Yang, who was the girl on Nintendo Minute, which is now canceled, is leaving Nintendo after 14 years. I just thought that was a little sad. Wish her the best. Very jealous of that woman because she's met like literally all the coolest people at Nintendo.
Right?
That's true.
There's like 400 episodes of that thing. It's
Yeah.
sad that I don't really get why Nintendo's like, time to end it. It's like,
But why?
I mean, okay, I guess, but
Yeah,
It wasn't
and also-
really need-
even Doug said goodbye and that's special because Doug never says anything.
yeah, right?
Doug says business.
Yeah,
Legitimately, that's about the only thing I know.
most of the time, if Doug says something, it starts with "Here at Nintendo."
Here at Nintendo, we love our shareholders.
Yeah, we love making money for our investors.
Look,
Doug,
listen,
you're fired.
listen. He came from EA.
He literally is Bowser. He's like IRL Bowser. He came from EA. Anyway, I can't believe I'm gonna have to say this on the show, but there's a magazine in Japan that's making a one-off Among Us manga. It's not recurring.
no.
It's a one-time thing. So yeah, I probably should have put a vomit warning before I said that, but yeah, that's happening. So we'll see that next
Great.
month.
They're making a Among Us.
Like, someone's got to kick him from the call. I am not close enough to my mouth.
Alex, do you have a gun in the house?
I mean,
Yes,
I can't answer that question on the podcast.
I
Yeah, you
can.
can.
Yes,
Yeah, you can. This is America.
nobody listens. Nobody
This is
listens.
America.
Look, what you can't say is what has been done with said gun.
You can't.
Nothing?
You can't say why it's been sawed off. But I'm joking. Of course,
Zombies.
I'm joking.
Zombies, my dude.
You said what was done with the gun, not what the gun.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land got a release date of March 25th. That's exciting. Coming very soon. Man, dude, this year's gonna be baller if nothing gets canceled or delayed.
Look,
Right?
It'd be
I'm like,
insane.
I don't have the money. What happened to the other 2 years where you're all like, we're not releasing shit?
Yeah. Let's hope it's good. A mobile studio made its colleague a DLC character to secretly pay for their prosthetic arm. That's some feel-good news. That's nice.
Yeah.
God of War had 50,000 concurrent players on Steam on release day, so big launch for God of War. Also, I saw that Monster Hunter Rise had over 100,000 on its release day, which makes it the second best Steam release for Capcom. It even beat out Monster Hunter World, so good for Monster Hunter Rise. And this I had to put here. Scalper of new consoles, so the PS5 and Series X, said that he's creating, quote, young entrepreneurs. So, sure, I guess, but that's how we know scalpers are bad. This is their logic. We've only got one old tidbit, but we still got it. Back in April of 2020, I almost said last year, but that's not the case anymore.
Yeah.
Back in April 2020, Atlas released an interview explaining how Yasuda checked Persona 5 Royale and Persona 5 Strikers to make sure they didn't contract each other.
I put
Contradict each other.
Yeah, I was
Why
gonna
did
be
you
like,
put contract?
contract each other? Contract?
meant-
Is there a licensing thing?
I must have changed it because I thought I just typed
Contradict
out
each other.
contradict. Yeah,
Okay.
because they were both made at the same time.
Okay. All right, a couple rumors here. Persona 4 Golden is suspected to come to Switch sometime this year, and possibly also PlayStation. Both 4 and 5, so that's exciting. Might get some P4G up in here. And kind of on the same vein, apparently there's a lot of unannounced Switch exclusives coming this year, which is like a stupid rumor because it's like, well, duh. There's always going to be something that they're not going to show until, the typical Nintendo that are like, hey, it's dropping next week or whatever. So, yeah, shocker. And also, another rumor that the first Nintendo Direct of 2022 will be coming no later than February 17th, so a month from this recording, which is also kind of a stupid rumor because it's like saying, it's like just taking a shot in the dark and like, well, there's definitely going to be one sometime, so if I just say it's going to be within the next month, that ups my chances of me being right. Because you could say like, there's going to be a Direct before April, which like, you don't know when, but it's a good bet. Like, you might as well, take like your odds are in your favor. But yeah, so supposedly getting a Direct sometime in the next month.
I mean, I hope so. They've got stuff to talk about.
Yeah. Apparently E3 has been fully canceled instead of just being online only.
It's just a rumor, though.
Just a rumor, yeah. I've read a couple articles that say like it's all a mess, like organizationally wise.
I hope this is wrong though, because man, I hated 2020. I hated Summer of Games. I hated waiting 3 months to see if they were going to talk about their games or not. At least be like, this week is E3 week. Show up and do your stuff.
Yeah. I hope it is a mess and it's not canceled because that is the perfect storm for some really good cringe.
Right? Regular E3, but online.
Wow, Access Lounge. Well, we won't get any of that, but...
I miss it.
Yeah,
I miss real E3.
Me too.
Look, premium cringe is what we're missing. That's why 2020 was actually... Well,
I've been filling the void with It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which, if you haven't watched that show is probably the hardest show to watch because it is constant cringe from start to finish. It's horrible and it's cringy, and that's what makes it so good. It's like The Office, but like M-rated. It's super cringy.
Can I say one more thing about Faye real fast?
Yeah, what you got?
So apparently in one of the new characters, her whole weapon effect literally takes up the entire screen.
What?
Yeah, look, I posted a picture.
What?
That's funny.
That is 4 paragraphs.
Just read it, lol.
What?
Oh, that's funny. Power Creep's crazy.
Oh no, this is a Yu-Gi-Oh card for real.
I love how the last paragraph is literally like it's like the ending of a insurance advertisement or like a lawyer advertisement. Like, no representation has been made that this lawyer is better or, like other lawyers are worse than any other lawyer or some whatever they say.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could read fast really effectively. Like, Unimorphs according to movement type once per turn. Cannot attack or resist. Only highlight value applied. Does not stack. After moving, if a skill that grants another action will be triggered like Alpha Force, Kanto will be triggered after the granted action.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if I try again, I'm going to do worse, so...
Don't do it again, then.
Yeah, I'm not doing it again.
Take that down. Take that down.
And, okay, so spicy finishing topic I had today because I read another article that really kind of set me off. So, video game addiction. Obviously, like, it's been a topic since the bite of 87. I'm sorry, since, like 1987 or so, like, once the NES got really, really big.
I mean, there were talks, I assume, during the arcade game.
Yeah, same as, but, like, it started really becoming national news, like, with home consoles and stuff.
Yeah, when
And
your kids couldn't just get kicked out at whenever the arcade closed.
also, like, they would run out of money.
Mhm.
That too.
I can only play if they had money. So, yeah, I read an article that was basically like, so, yeah, some super high statistic. Yeah, 90% of children surveyed by the NPD group have admitted to playing video games, which is like big shock there.
Yo, that's
Children
crazy.
are consuming entertainment. So apparently 10% of the gaming community is addicted to video games. And while that's probably true, and I'm not necessarily disregarding the fact that like this could be a problem for some people, like it's totally not like it's non-existent or something. But I when I read this article, they were talking about it like they're purposely being designed like addictive drugs, which first is like, why are you comparing video games to drugs? Like, I get it releases dopamine, but also like a ton of things that we do that, and this is like the only time besides like heroin that we're really negative about it. And
Yeah, look, like hugging releases dopamine, right? Like,
You can't hug anymore, though. Didn't you hear?
that's the problem. That's what these people are missing. We can't hug anymore.
Bro, yeah, I remember seeing a meme. It's like the requirement for hugs that you should get each day is like 8 hugs or something. Me, who gets 0.
This article I was reading, that they claimed that video games release dopamine levels on par with amphetamines.
That means a spider?
No, like meth.
Oh, that's not a spider.
Yeah, and that is definitely not a spider. God, this is the discussion.
this is why Cooper's here.
Amphetamines are not spiders.
Right.
You can't make this stuff up. I don't have the talent or the brain capacity to make up statements like that. This just in. Oh, that's so. Also, Diet Coke is not car tires. Just like that's so good.
Oh, that's funny.
So, but yeah, like, I don't get why there's this discussion people are trying to have about video game addiction that we aren't having about like so many other things in day-to-day life that is just like acceptably addictive. Like, and also like, I get it's a different story when it comes to children because children obviously have no self-control because they're children.
I don't have
Yeah, but,
self-control.
a lot of adults don't have self-control. This is the
Oh,
problem.
absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm not like, my point is I'm not talking about kids necessarily here. Like, there is like some validity in kids actually having
Look.
a lot of problems with it.
There's a level of addiction that comes from video games, but they always ignore that people are also addicted to TV, and at least video games you're interacting with it.
Yeah, and also like for kids, it's stop, like, you control the media and the entertainment that your child consumes. And if you're worried about it, you can control that. Every
Video
platform
games
has
have
parental.
ratings.
Yeah, video games have ratings. First off, there's a reason that they
Like-
have ratings. We put up this whole
Well,
fight in the '90s about why games aren't rated.
I
There's a
go
rating.
into GameStop and they're like, "I see you're buying an M-rated game. Pull out your license." I'm like, "Oh yeah, here you go."
Here you go.
But also, like, every platform has parental controls that you can easily, like, they even have videos on YouTube, like, especially Nintendo. They're like, this is how you use parental controls
Dude,
for your child's
The one with
Nintendo Switch.
Bowser is
Like,
so pretty good though.
yeah. So, like, just do that if you're really worried about it. And it's like, yeah, it's a thing, but we let people like. You're supposed to, as an adult, you're supposed to understand how much of something is too much. This is why like alcoholism is a thing. Like you gotta be aware of stuff like that. Like things are enjoyable. Obviously, there's too much. Too much of anything is a bad thing. But why are we so obsessed about like attacking video games when we have all these other things in our lives that pretty much are the same thing? And it's still like at the bottom line, it's your responsibility to know if either you think you have a problem or to know like how much is too much. Like just I don't get why it has to be such violent language towards video games, but like
Look, I freaking think it's ridiculous. They're like, all right, we're gonna attack video games.
Again,
It's like because it is kind. They're like it's bad, and it's like yes, but also there's like all these other things as well that you're like, nope, not as bad.
yeah. And like with any addiction, if it's yourself, it's kind of hard to recognize that line because that's what addiction is. But when you come to kids with it, it's like, bro, you are like you're the parent. Why stop? Just don't buy it. Don't buy it. Don't give it to them. Control like. Don't
That's
buy
true.
the
I
M-rated
think
games. Why do we have
Yeah,
ratings?
don't buy the M-rated.
That's what really
games.
bothers me. Like, don't buy the M-rated games. They're rated
I think
M.
the funny thing is, it's like, okay, so you don't want your kids to play video games, right? But you also don't want them to go outside by themselves, but you won't go with them because you don't want to.
Yeah, like you don't want your kids doing things, but you also hate your kids and don't want to spend time with them. So, like, you just pick a
What do
point.
you
Like,
want
pick
them
your
to
point.
do?
the problem here,
At least
It's
if they're
very
inside playing video
wanting-
games, they're safe.
but I don't want to say they don't want their kids, but they hate the fact that they have them. Hear me out. Like, why
Yeah,
did
like,
you have
they
your
aren't,
child?
they aren't a dog. Like, you can't just feed them and make sure they go to the bathroom and play with them occasionally. Like, there's a little bit more involvement with a child than like
Damn.
maintaining basic life necessities.
Wish I
Yeah.
knew that.
This
I
is
feel
kinda,
like-
this is kind of shifting focus a little bit, but yeah, like you get the point. Drives me nuts.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's all like clickbait too. I know that's what it is. It's just because like it's such a like
easy.
you can say video game addiction and everybody's gonna listen to you
Yeah.
because
It's such an easy way to get ad rev.
Video games cause violence.
I'm trying to think of like an equivalent thing from like 10 or 20 years ago. I don't
Video
know.
games.
Yeah,
Pokemon is
Look.
satanic.
Doesn't matter what group's attacking it because it just changes all the time. It's just always attacked. It's like, leave us alone. I just want to play my game.
Video games. Hello.
Gamers are the most oppressed.
Depressed or oppressed?
Both.
Unless you make
I mean-
money off of it. That's the really funny part. As soon as you start making money from it, everyone's like, man, you're incredible.
For real.
We'll leave you alone.
Yeah, we'll leave you alone.
Entrepreneur, bro.
Yeah, but otherwise it's like you're scum of the earth.
How dare you not be addicted to alcohol? The rest of us.
Yeah, why aren't
Be
you
addicted-
taking opioids? Go break your back and get on opioids for 20 years. Like what are you
That's what I'm
doing?
saying, bro. Why aren't you addicted to alcohol and working 9 to 5? Get out of
Yeah.
here.
Because I'm addicted to video games.
Here,
'Cause it-
give me your Call of Duty. Here's a fifth of vodka and a pack of cigarettes. Now go be a man. Go be a real man and get
I mean,
drunk
it
and
always
addicted to
ma-
Marlboros right now.
It always makes me laugh when they do stuff like that. But then there's like studies and stuff where they took like the Wii and took it into nursing homes, and it was showing like improved function in like the elderly patients.
That's why the Wii's the best console. It improves mental health.
Yeah, if you
Oh,
play
it wasn't
if you
playing
play it
mental
one
health.
time a week for a couple hours, yeah, probably. But that's a whole different thing. That's like a whole other side of it. Because like alcohol, in some respects, also has like benefit. Like like the red wine twice a week thing or whatever. Like there's
Mhm.
like shown to be some benefits in very small amounts with things.
I'm
And-
too poor to get addicted to alcohol. I
And-
spent all my money on video.
I mean,
Yeah.
alcohol is literally like a depressant, right? So it's supposedly supposed to make you feel better, but
Only in the short term. Well,
Yeah,
it's not a
only
depressant as in that it makes you sad. It's a depressant in that it slows your body function down.
oh,
That's what they don't mean it just makes you sad.
I mean, it could.
That's
that would suck. I mean, man, not only did I
Listen.
buy expensive alcohol, it sucks.
yeah. This shit
I mean-
sucks, man.
He's not wrong.
And like again with that, like video game addiction is real. Like I just
Oh, yeah.
as addiction with anything is, but it makes me so mad that like everyone just gets mad about this problem, and that same group of people does nothing about it, like that they can control.
What do you mean there's like 3 ways as a parent I could do something? No, I just want to be...
I can't just be mad.
Yeah, like I don't know. I'm afraid to like get really mad about it because I'm trying not to discount like video game addiction is real.
No,
just
I
as
think
any
it's
other addiction.
real. I just think it
Addiction
gets
is
hard
real.
on more...
It's the
Yeah.
the problem is the way that people go about trying to fight video game addiction is wrong because they want it to be someone else's problem.
Yeah, like,
Like,
if
they
you
don't
give
want
your
to-
kid, if you give your kid crack, uncontrolled, you just give him. If he wants crack, he gets crack. There's gonna be a lot of problems. you gotta step in. You can't give him. You shouldn't give him any crack. Don't give your kid crack. That's not the point. The point is that if you give your kid something that is stimulating and fun, and then you get mad because that's all they want to do, then I mean,
It's on
yeah,
you.
Take it away.
On you,
Stop.
yeah, bro.
You have the power.
You are
Bro,
the problem.
these kids are 9. Like, punch them, kick them. Don't beat your kids. Don't give them crack. But like, they're kids. You're the parent. Stop. I read this was really bad. I saw this on Reddit today. So some mom bought their kid a PS5, and the
Okay.
kid destroyed it because he was pissed that he didn't get a gaming PC instead. Like, he wanted the PC, but obviously that's really expensive, and a lot of families can't afford that, and that's totally fine. You know, that's how it is. But
Okay.
she's still like, you know, got a bunch of money together and got a PS5, and $500 is no small chunk of change.
No, especially
So-
if she got one right now. Like,
Yeah,
either she
for
paid
real.
more, or she did like you and me, was like...
Did a lot of either did a lot of work or paid a lot of money,
Or
And-
both.
And she posted on the forum about it and was like, do I stand my ground and buy him another PS5, or do I submit and buy the gaming PC? And everyone was like,
Don't buy me
They're
there.
like, they were like, you've been so brainwashed by this kid. Like, don't get him anything. Like, why are you considering either of these options as actual options? Don't buy him either of them. Man, kids suck, bro.
Kids do so.
No,
It makes me
That's-
cringe that I was a kid because I
also
know I
kind of-
sucked.
that's
like-
also kind of bad parenting. I never would have broken one of my consoles just because, oh no, they
It's not
didn't
the
give
one
me
I
the...
wanted. Yeah.
Be upset, yeah, but I
Like,
don't think I'd ever
actively-
be like, alright, time to break what you got me. That's not...
This is not what I wanted. I shall destroy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And like, if they want, here's the thing: if you want a gaming PC, you know how much consoles cost, because you're not
Well,
going to
kids
just
don't.
well, okay, but you're not going to ask for a gaming PC and then be like, oh yeah, that costs less than a gaming console.
Mhm.
I mean,
It
kids have no
sounds more
concept of
like-
money, but like, there's no way, you know.
Sounds more like all his friends have gaming PCs because they're all rich and...
Yeah. Look, every day that I get older, and I like, every time I see kids, I get more upset every time I see them. It makes me also feel really bad every day because I was one of those once. And like,
Honestly.
I'm not saying I was the worst kid, but I was definitely a kid, and kids are horrible by nature. So
Oh yeah.
I was definitely And I feel
Yeah.
I feel really that's like those memes where it's like, oh, that cringy thing I did, like me having a good day, and then I remember that cringy thing I did in third grade. It's like me all the time.
Yeah.
Like remember that time I was a kid and had no concept of blank, so I was just being a butt about it. Yeah, that's ouch.
Yeah.
Like getting
Felt
older.
I
that.
mean, I like kids. It just depends on how they were raised, though. I feel like a lot of it is.
Yeah, true.
Right.
I mean, like even the best kid, like
We'll
it's
do
st-
stupid
it's
things,
still
but it's
annoying.
like
There's like it's just,
understandable.
yeah, and like a lot of like it's not to their fault because they're kids. They just don't.
They're learning.
It takes time to learn things, and that's fine.
Mhm.
But I'm an ass who's impatient, so I have to think of that a lot when I see horrible kids, and I'm like, I shouldn't be mad at the kid. I should be mad at the parent because the kid can't help himself, herself, or whoever.
Exactly.
Yeah, depending on what it is, it's like, really? You're gonna either give in to your kid doing that, which teaches them bad
Or-
life lessons.
Or you're not going to discipline them. You might not give in, but you're not going to discipline them, so they'll do it again. Like, I don't care. I don't really care how you discipline your kid, but like
Let's
Just-
not get into disciplining our kids.
Let's not get
Yeah,
into that on the
I have-
podcast.
I have one more thing. I can call it there if you want.
Yeah, wait, hang on. Can I?
Yeah, you good.
Oh, yeah, no, like it's really rough going to Disney though, and seeing that like really like, how do I put it? Like, really like just bad kid, and the parents just ignore it. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah. Well, a lot of that is you shouldn't bring your kids to Disney below a certain age because you're gonna spend all this money and go through all this crap to bring your kid to Disney.
and then you're
your
only
kids-
going to be able to go like half the day.
You're gonna be able to go half the day, and the kid's gonna complain the entire time because kids don't. Again, kids. So
Which is exactly why Genie Plus does so well during the holidays. Because why would you want to wait around in line when you can pay to have it all done?
yeah,
That's true.
like
And your kid won't complain about waiting in line and all that.
yeah, but they'll still complain about being hot or cold and hungry and tired, and my feet hurt.
Yeah, but isn't it like under
Yeah.
like 12 or something? It's either way cheaper or free or something.
I don't know.
10 is considered an adult.
Nuh-uh,
Damn.
it's 10 forever until they
So
no
wait,
longer
I'm
can
considered an
feel
adult,
like
so can I-
passes 10.
Can I
10 is
drink?
literally considered an adult here.
So can I drink?
But they
in
can't
Disney?
walk around without guests older than 14.
So can I drink in Disney since I'm considered an adult?
No.
Good try.
That's
That's
so
not how
lame.
that works.
That's so lame. I gotta pay.
What's 10 and under then?
10 and under is slightly cheaper.
$2
Under
off.
2 or 3, you get it.
Okay, that's big. That's a red flag. Of course they get it free because it's a horrible experience. Do not bring. You shouldn't bring anybody less than 10 to Disney. But
I've
really,
seen newborns.
No. Get out of there.
I'm not
Stop.
joking.
I especially would not bring newborns right now to
Yeah.
Disney.
Oh yeah, right now above
Oh
all,
my
but
God.
like
Well,
ever,
just in general.
ever.
Like, but
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
seen
ever.
newborns here, and I'm just
No.
like,
Bro, you
like-
hate yourself.
Hey,
First off, you have to carry that baby all day. But second,
Yeah. Hey, babe. Remember how you gave birth like 6 weeks ago? You still feeling pretty
Good
good? You feel good enough to
Disney.
go walk around 8 miles a day with a baby in your hands? Like I know you just gave
Let's
birth
go.
and everything, but I've got things to do.
at
Horrible.
Disney.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But growing up, oh sorry.
You go ahead.
Oh yeah, growing up kind of sucks at times though, because like you look back at what you did and you're like, damn.
I do that every day. Do that literally
it's
every
like,
day.
damn, I was
I
a
try
piece
to
of
not think
shit,
about
bro.
what I did as a kid because I'm like, oh no.
I've gotten that to the point now where it's like it's really funny. I'll have the thought, and as long as I'm alone, I just go and like it makes me stop. I just scream a little bit, and then I stop thinking about it. But yeah, so my story. So at the Auburn Georgia game last year that we went to, with the drone that I still haven't gotten the photos off of because I'm terrible. When I was like setting it up and flying it, there a bunch of like couples were there because my brother is like in his 30s, so all of his friends are also married and they've got kids and things. So obviously all the kids see the flying thingy and they're like, "Oh, what that?" And like I don't mind. Like I love teaching and telling kids about like electronics and
Oh, was this
that kind
when
of
like
thing.
the 30 kids ran over at like when we were doing it, setting it up for the photo?
Yeah, well, yeah, when all those kids ran over. Like I love teaching kids about electronics and stuff because it's really cool. I was that way as a kid. I was one of those annoying guys. That's like, how does that work? Tell me right now. I want to know everything about it right now. Tell me. So I didn't mind like telling them about like how it works and showing them and everything. And then once I started flying it, they're like, let me fly it. That's where I draw the line. That's where kids get shitty because you say like no because this is a $600 drone here. And like the slide, like one wrong move, and you're screwed.
Yeah, I mean, hell, with Cooper's an inexpensive drone, compared to yours. Like we ended up having it out in a tree, and we had to go get it out of the tree.
Yeah, a little windy, it got knocked off, of course. But Grants has like stabilizers to try.
Yeah, so like it's fine to like. It's made for inexperienced drone flyers, so like you don't really have to know anything about flying drones to fly it. But a kid is just gonna ram it straight into the tree. That's the first thing.
Oh yeah,
tree building.
I want to see what will happen when it crashes.
What? Wait, what if I do this?
Yeah. So, and they wouldn't stop asking, and I was like, no. And I was really afraid that they were gonna start crying or something. Because they weren't getting their way. Luckily, they didn't. They're good kids. But that I really hate like when you do something cool and it's like nice and fun that you're showing them and all this stuff, and then they want to do it, and you have to tell them no because otherwise they're gonna break it. And like, I hate that.
So you needed like one of those $30 drones to be like, you can fly this one, but
fly
not
this,
mine.
Yeah, no, don't touch this one. I have a buddy who has like the nicer version of my drone. It's like bigger and a nicer camera. It has better range and higher speed and stuff.
Oh,
so it's like a $1,200 drone. And he had a kid ask him, and he audibly laughed at him. No, that's not happening. I wish Jacob was on the podcast tonight because you can't even trust adults with drone. I let Jacob fly mine, and like literally a minute and a half in, he rammed it straight into a tree. And he had to buy me a new one. It got stuck in the tree, and then so Jacob went monkey mode and climbed up in the tree. It was a really big tree, and we were just like, we had no other option than to like him shake it out of the tree and hopefully we can catch it. Didn't work. Hit straight on the pavement and like cracked into a million pieces.
No.
But the difference is when an adult does that, they can just buy another one. But a kid is just going to be like, sorry. I'm hungry.
When's lunch?
Yeah, when's the lunch?
It's 2:30. When's lunch?
It's one of those things. It's just like, it's mine. Nobody ever can touch it but me.
This is pretty hype. Tetris 99 is going to host a Pokemon Legends Arceus event later this week.
Yeah, the game comes out in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it does. I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. We'll preview it next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, yeah, and with that, we're going to end the show there. We appreciate you very much for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. Please share us with a friend. We post every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.com/StormwindGames. Anywhere that you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Follow us on Twitter at AllNightGamers with a K. Tell us why you hate kids. Not really. Tell us what you think of a PlayStation version of Game Pass and those spicy rumors we talked about. Maybe we can get some PS3 games discs running on PS5. Do you think that's going to happen? Let us know.
Well, if they really wanted to, they could get like the PS1 and 2. Just like read it though. It would never be like you put it in play, but maybe read and give you the game you own.
I would love that.
I think that another shot at what the PS3 tried to do, but like digitally, obviously, but
yeah,
like where it's like the ultimate PlayStation. They can play every PlayStation game.
Yeah,
that would be a huge undertaking.
Except the other two, but yes.
Yeah.
Every
PlayStation home console game.
Yeah.
That would be. I mean, that was the rumor initially.
Yeah.
I mean, I assume it could probably maybe read them. It depends on what it's got. But
it
like, not actually play them.
If it can play regular DVDs, it can read them.
Yeah. See what it is and then give it to you on the store.
Well, actually, PS3 discs were Blu-rays, weren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. PS1 and 2 were the DVDs.
PS1s were CDs. PS2 were DVDs.
Yeah. That's right, because the PS1 games were heavily given away because they could just copy
Yeah.
the CD.
Well, actually, no. Okay, I don't want to run the show over, but there is a copy protection thing about that. You should. I have a video you should watch. It's very fascinating. Anyway, yeah. So thank you very much for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you back next week. We'll definitely talk about Pokemon Legends because that'll be coming out soon, and a bunch of other garbage like usual. So we appreciate you much. We hope you have a great week. Stay safe out there. Get your booster shot. All that good jazz. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.
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 Bye.